So, if you've been watching me for a while, you probably already know about my problem, where I start a series and then I never end up finishing it because I get bored of the idea. So, this time I came up with a foolproof plan. I decided this time that I was going to make, it was not going to be a series, there are going to be four parts to this story. They're all going to be about 15 minutes, so the whole thing's going to range to be about an hour long, and I'm going to make all four parts before I post any of them. That way, if I don't end up posting any of them, y'all aren't missing out on anything, and you don't, have to wait for the next installment of a series and it never get finished or anything like that. But when I do end up finishing them, because it's only four of them, I don't have to work on an entire series, I probably won't lose motivation as quickly and be able to get all four parts out. And then the story can be complete after that, and I can have a full, not so mini movie-ish kind of installation of things. So that's my sort of foolproof plan, to try to make sure that I actually finish a story for once. It takes a lot of work and motivation to stick with a series, because I have so many different ideas going through my head at one time. Like, my brain is just constantly and constantly sprouting out new. Well, actually, my brain's a mess. Like, imagine a really, really messy room where things are constantly flying all over the place. It's kind of how my head is, just basically one big junk mess. It kind of makes it a bit hard to concentrate on things, keep things in my brain and learn about things. However, sometimes I might be sitting there and then something comes into focus for a split second, and then it gives me an idea for a story. That's kind of how I come up with my story ideas. It usually happens while I'm listening to music, or maybe while I'm reading a book or something like that. Something more creative, or even while I'm drawing or something like that. Or actually my favorite times are when it happens in the middle of schoolwork, and I have to pause everything I'm doing at that point to write it down, obviously. So my brain is just super hyperactive all the time. And sometimes it slows down for a millisecond, and I'm able to actually get kind of an idea, and that's how I formulate it. But it makes it really hard because I have so many different story ideas that I really want to make mini movies of. But I know the reason why I'm making these is for you guys to be able to watch them and view them. So when I don't finish it and end up finishing a series to move on to a new idea, I feel like it might make you a little bit upset, because you're like, well, I kind of like the series. If you do end up liking any of my series, well, I kind of like this series and I kind of wanted you to finish it. So I am going to be finishing all of my series and stuff. It's just difficult for me to stick with an actual series, because I can't stay in that mindset for a really long time, because my brain is constantly switching and moving around and wanting to talk and do different things all the time, that I can't just ever stick with one thing for a while, especially since it's not popular. If my series were viewed by thousands of people and they got really, really popular, I'd feel more motivated to stick with it. But because it's not, I feel like I can change it, and I'm really sorry I keep doing that. For those of you who actually enjoyed some of my previous series and installments that I've done, if you really, really want me to, I will finish those, except I would prefer to remake them into more of this style, where it's just 4 episodes in an installment. If you like it enough, I'll do a part 2. It's just, I like to keep the general story idea. I can't stick with a long-term series. It's just too difficult for me. My brain doesn't like it when I do that, and it's just difficult for me to be able to. So again, really sorry for all of this confusing stuff. I am going to finish this, because if I don't, then I owe Cyrena 5 gotcha favors if I give up midway and don't finish this. So now I feel ultra motivated to actually go and finish this. So once again, sorry for not sticking with stuff. I promise I'm going to finish and stick with this one. I'm going to get it out. I'm going to absolutely finish my first sort of series-ish thingy. It only has 4 parts. But, it's going to be an hour long, the whole thing. So, kind of like a movie. But, so yeah, I'm planning to finish all the parts before I post it. So that I can post them, in a row, over each day and stuff like that. So, yeah, Alright, well, leave a comment about something if you have a question about maybe a series, or this particular series, or the release date, or, all that kind of stuff. So just ask me questions, because I like giving answers. Right, well, yeah, that's pretty much it.